Welcome back to another first impression, this time for the anime Scum of the Brave. Synopsis on any list. In the mid-21st century, Tokyo's mafia can turn into ether-enhanced demon lords, and braves hunt them down. Yashiro, the Grim Reaper, reluctantly takes a new apprentice named Aki Yogamina, a high school girl training to become a brave. He soon finds himself dragged into one troublesome case after another. The supernatural story of a scumbag master and his self-proclaimed apprentice begins. So we have Yashiro the Grim Reaper, the guy, and Aki Yogamina is the blue-haired girl. In this world, there are ether-enhanced abilities. Ether seems to be something like mana, essentially. So to use your ability, you need to inject yourself with a special concoction called E3. That allows then to use your enhanced ability. For example, Yashiro, the guy, his ability is to see everything in slow motion, so he can react faster, he can move faster. That is what he can do with his ability. The girl in the back, the small one, she can see rifts in space or in the air, and she can use them as quasi portals. That is her ability. And we have a bunch of other abilities. We have the ether enhanced demon lords, which essentially are just the opposite to braves. Braves are quote-unquote good guys, I guess. And the mafia also uses these ether abilities. The demon lords are essentially the bosses. They have their underlings, and every now and then some of them also have an ether ability. I saw one of them was able to manipulate like some flying hands in some way. Someone else was able to manipulate invisible thorns that they could use to bind or attack. So there are different abilities. You use this serum to activate them, and you fight. Now, we have the demon lords, and on the other side we have the brave and the brave school, which Aki Yogamina is part of, and the other two girls as well. They have the school uniform. Now, the school is mostly girls because they supposedly have a higher ether count amount. They are just better ether users, so that is why the school is mostly female students. And they are essentially trained to fight these demon lords with their ether abilities. That is essentially the background. In the first 3 episodes, we see a couple fights, we see the abilities being used. We also are on a rescue mission. This is how we get this combination. Because Yashiro, he's like a freelancer. We don't really know what he's doing. He is very well known, so he is under constant threat of being attacked or recruited by other demon lords because he's very strong. At least people see him that way. That is why Aki Yogamina comes to him to ask him to help her on her rescue mission. That is how we get this group together. Now, he doesn't really want to. He is very off-putting, to say the least. I find some of the stuff he's saying is not only does it go a little bit too far, it's also not really useful to talk this way. Now, this is a minor spoiler, so you have been warned. At the very beginning, the reason why Aki comes to Yashiro is because they need to rescue a friend. Now, he is saying, oh, they probably have drugged her at this point and have her entertain the Demon Lord. He's, trying to, I don't know, rise them up for some reason. He doesn't want to help them. That is the point. He doesn't want to help them. He wants quiet and peace. So he's saying this, that they potentially drugged her and have her entertain them. Now we find out that is a lie. That is not what he believes. So why is he saying that? It makes no sense, because this prompts the girls to go even more on this rescue mission. If he had said instead, if he doesn't really want to be part of this mission, he can just be more boneheaded and be like, hey, I'm not going to help you. Or he could say, at this point, yeah, they probably killed her. They just killed her because then she's gone. They can't really rescue her anymore. They don't have a reason to recruit him. He has his peace and quiet, done. It's weird. He's very off-putting that way for no real reason. It's also not really getting him to what he wants. Now, animation-wise, it's fine. Some scenes were better, some scenes a little bit worse. I would say overall it's fine to okay. It's not great. The power system, I mean, you can do a lot. I don't know if it's as interesting. I'm on the fence, to be honest. Character-wise, Aki Yogamina, she's like the happy-go-lucky. We have, in the very beginning, she's very, can you call it aloof? She's a little bit ditzy about how she goes against the enemies. And we had the situation where there was an enemy. Yashiro defeated the enemy, and naturally Aki, as the hero character, is like, oh, we don't need to kill him. Now Yashiro sees it a little different, which I do appreciate. I appreciate that the show has some blood. People get injured and people also die. Now, I don't believe anyone on the quote-unquote good side is going to die. But other people do end up dead, which I appreciate. There is at least something going on instead of just, oh no, by the power of friendship, we are going to, I don't know, get them to convert to the good side. Some bullshit. Overall, I feel like it was fine, the first 3 episodes. Sadly, we did not get to see too much of the other characters. So, judgment is still out on those. Animation is, I feel like, holding it a little bit back. So, and the main character, I don't like that he's that off-putting for no reason. Again, it's not really getting him to his goal of being left alone. And it's not really... He's very antagonistic against the girls. There was another scene where he was, instead of just ignoring the girls, he's actively trying to rise them up for some reason. It's weird. Ratings, let's see. 63% on any list, and my anime list has it at 6.5. I would give it, the first 3 episodes, like a 7 out of 10. It seems fine.